Hello, everybody. My name is Bill Hoy, and I am a teacher of natural law, and my website is willhoy.com, WILLHOEY.com, and this will probably be put on my website. But I just wanted to do a small little quick clarification or presentation. In my natural law presentation, I feel it was a very comprehensive and very good presentation, and also in my podcast breakdowns were also very good, I thought. But while I covered this concept, I never actually came right out and said it. And I want to come right out and say it, and I want to be blunt. And more than likely, this will be probably some kind of introductory video on my website, is what I'm going to make this. So for you, if you're watching this video, or if you're on my website and you're being newly introduced to this, I want to make this very clear. Watch this first before watching the other natural law presentations and listening to the podcast. I'm also going to clear this up on my next podcast. On my I have a podcast series on Anchor Radio. I'm going to clear that up there. I might do some other clarifications here and there, but I want to do this clarification right here, and this is the number one rule of natural law. Okay, the number one rule of natural law. Okay, in my video presentation, in my definition, not the overall definition of natural law, but when I broke down the fundamental rule of natural law, what I said was, do not cause harm to another sentient being. And of course, throughout the presentation, I covered many times, if your rights are being transgressed against, you have the right and the duty to defend yourself, using up to and including deadly force to defend your rights against whatever, whether it's a common street thug or a thug that wears a nice blue costume and presents themselves as your friendly neighborhood police officer. Okay, it's the same concept. It's the same concept no matter what. Any person transgress against your rights, you have the right and the duty to defend yourself. But I want to make this even more clear, because I don't think I made it clear enough. I want to make this even more clear. The number one rule of natural law is, do not initiate, I capitalize it there and I underline it, do not initiate harm to another sentient being. Okay? I want to be very clear about that, which I covered that concept in my natural law main presentation, and I talk about it also in the solutions videos, but I never actually came right out and specifically poignantly pointed this out, especially in the beginning of my natural law main presentation, and I wanted to just stick that in. I was thinking about maybe editing the natural law presentation and sticking that in. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know, but this, I just wanted to come out and say that, once again, do not initiate harm to another sentient being. And I want to be very clear about this also. When you defend yourself against an immediate attack, you are not harming another sentient being, because that sentient being has, let's just say in the case of a human harming another human, that human being has relinquished their sovereign sentient right to not be harmed. When they transgress, when an individual initiates harm against another individual, they're now forfeiting their right to not be harmed, is basically the best way to say it. And it's not violence either. Self-defense is not violence. Self-defense is force. And you can try to say, oh, you're just using word tricks and stuff like that. But I mean, I would say violence comes from the derivative of violence is violate. To violate, violating someone's rights is violence. When you defend yourself, you're using physical force. And I don't think it's a mincing of words. I think it really delineates the whole concept very well. I really do. And I just wanted to be clear that this is just a short little video outlining this concept that do not initiate harm to another sentient being. Do not initiate. Initiating. Whoever initiates is engaging in violence because they're the violator. They're violating the rights of whatever they're initiating the act of aggression, whoever they're initiating the act of aggression against. So I want to be very clear about that. So enjoy my website and watch my natural law presentation. And I just wanted to get this out just in case, because I do, in my natural law presentation, I do eventually get to this, but late in the presentation, I get to the whole idea of self-defense and all that, and I just wanted to cover that right away. I alluded to it a couple times in the beginning of the presentation, but I didn't actually come right out and say this, and I just wanted to come right out and say this. So that's going to be it. That's all. So watch my natural law presentation. Not a lot of pictures, mostly words, but sit back, listen, and learn something. And then as you learn, try to get the word out, because we need help. We need help, folks. We need all the help we can get. We need millions and billions of voices out there talking about this. Thank you.